Hi, my name is Scott. I am grateful to say as of today I've got my parts in finally from Tool Direct. Manufacturer took forever and a day to get my parts in, but I talked to Mike from Tool Direct, got him as quick as possible. He did what he could. Appreciate it, guys. Alright, let me show you what's going on with this. Give me a sec. By the way, thank you for subscribing. Okay, this is what you call technical difficulties when you're on by yourself. Alright, I got some solder screws to update the handle. Got a new handle for it with the screws. Now, Amazon only sells the handle, but no screws to go with it. And I've got the handle and the 4 screws to go with it. I got actually a 1/2-inch wrench for the blade. I got an extra outer flange in case I could not get it. As you can tell, I've already put a new blade on it. I've already put the oil in it. And it runs for something that I got from work. And like I said, I wasn't going to dress it up too much. I wanted to make sure it works, and it does. It works wonders. And as you can tell, all my youngins are out here as well. This right here is Bubba Jr. And adorable. One of our feral cats out here. It's like every one of them else that you've seen with Precious over here and everything else. Yes, we have cats. We also have a lot of other stuff, but that's beside the point. I still want to thank the guys. They finally got my stuff to me. I do apologize that I have not been able to do an update on this, only because my parts have come in. And what you saw in my last video, I was cleaning off the rust ones so I can actually see if this thing operates. Well, I was cutting with it for a little while. The blade works wonders, and the worm drive is great. I have no issue. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and put in my screws. And then I bought this little point here. This is what you call a saw anchor, a saw hanger. It makes for basically your rafter. I can add that to my handle, and that's the way it is. And like I told Mike, look folks, my schematics, every little spare part that I have, I got from them. Okay? Good people. They have problems with the manufacturer getting stuff to you when you need it really quick, but so far I ordered on the saw itself. I missed the cap. Let me back this thing up here. It has a black cap right here. I got that really quick. If they have it in stock, they'll get it to you ASAP. If they don't, they got to sit there and get a hold of the manufacturer, and then they're going to roll. So give me a few moments. As you can tell, I've got company. And I'll go ahead and put the screws back in, crank her up a little bit. And starting the next couple of days, I've got a sign to build. And my sign, using my router and everything else, can't fix stupid. Everybody knows that saying. Alright folks, give me a sec. Alright, what I've done already is I'm getting ready to completely put the new handle on. And if you look at the other model of this handle, it's nothing wrong with it, other than it's a little worn. But it was one of the originals, and I don't think it's original. I think it's, like I said earlier, it's a refab or a different model this guy used when he left it out. So the original model is a little tighter, a little thinner. So I don't know if I want to keep that one on or actually put the other one back. But I have the screws for it, which is what's actually handling it. And I'm going to be putting this piece on here. It goes on the outside, as you can tell. It's going to look like that. So I can hang this up when we start building the house here in about a couple years. We're going to be using, out there, we're buying 10 acres. That's what we're estimating at. Put a cabin on it. And I plan to put a beam cutter on this from Praza. 12-inch, either 12 or 18. I haven't decided which. And I have chainsaws we're getting. We're going to be building a house from scratch. So that's going to be fun to watch. And we're going to be putting that on YouTube as well. like I said, that's just for this, and we're getting ready to finish the deck with it over here at the far side. And I have our lovely partners in crime over here. But like I said, in the beginning of 2018, we're going to be finishing that fence. We're going to be finishing the deck and trying to make sure the outside of the house, as long as I don't have no more inside problems. And then we'll finish what left in the bathroom to do. It's just flooring and then painting and cutting a wall completely 8 inches out so I can actually open up the door frame a little wider. But other than that, this is my first tool repair, which it wasn't really much. And like I said before, I wasn't going to tear it completely down. What I was going to do is to make sure that all the bolts were cleaned out, the machine, the arbiter works, the brushes work on it. I did buy brushes for it. I bought additional, but I didn't have to install it. I checked the interior out. I do have oil I put into it. I've cranked it up, and as soon as I finish up this little bit, I'll crank it up for you and let it rip. Thank you. All right, it took a little bit of time, but as you can tell, all the screws are back in. I've got this actually hooked in. It's pretty good. Hang on. There you go. So now, if I'm working, let me show you. Granted, this is not going to hold. So, the concept is like that. Okay, the board won't hold. I ain't got it nailed down. But that's how that works. So, after all the little things I did, it's not hard to install. And this is a universal. I have one for my nail gun, which I've got to figure that apple out because it's not even remotely going to fit that one. So I've got an extra hook I don't even know what I'm going to do with. But it's not hard. There you go. Push in. Spring up. That's it. That's a very simple piece of equipment. And granted, the newer models actually have it molded into the system, and they're usually right about here. They're molded in. Well, older models, universal, you're up in the rafters. It keeps you from losing the pieces of equipment. Hey, that's the best part. Now, I replaced the shoulder pieces, as you can tell. I replaced a few other bolts and screws that needed it. They were badly rusted or badly damaged. You saw that. Like I said, I went to Tool Direct and I went online and I ordered every part for this equipment. And majority of them I got today. The rest of them will come in by Saturday, which is fine. They ordered it out. I talked to, if you want good customer service, Mike will knock it out for you. I thank you for the subscribe. But before I finish, I told you I was going to run this thing and cut a piece of wood. So give me a sec. And I got to put you down a little higher, so bear with me. All right, I know I keep saying toolpartdirect.com is who I got my parts from. I keep saying Tool Direct. That's just my short term. It's actually toolpartdirect.com. And they gave me, I got all the parts and everything on here as well. It's the schematics. And I ordered a few extra parts for that. And what I got for this tool was that. It's a saw hanger. And that's universal, believe it or not. And then the other one I picked up is considered a nail gun hanger. And that's more for a Hitachi. I'm looking at it going, where am I going to put that on my nail guns? And unfortunately, I have a Freeman nail gun. It don't work as well. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But I recommend it. The guys are out of Omaha, Nebraska. For me, it's a 2-day trip for mail. But I did keep my other spare parts as spare parts if that ever goes bad on me or whatnots. And the blades I used was an Avanti Framing Blade Pro. And I used that for the worm drive altogether. I did ask them to let me know if I could change the base blade out for a magnesium base. And they really can't give you a direct answer. I respect that. I really do. But he did give me, if you can make it work, if it does, aluminum, or in this case steel, won't rust as bad if you happen to leave it out. Magnesium has a nice smooth section to it, lighter weight. This weighs 13 pounds. And I'm about to cut for you. As you heard in my first video when I changed out the deal, sorry, I changed it out and it worked wonders. So now, hopefully I don't break anything. And y'all notice my work basin. See? It works. After all that leaving out there at the job, so whoever took it and dropped it off, man, I appreciate it. They didn't know what they were losing. There. It's a temporary hold, but look at it. If I want to turn around, I work around where I'm working. You saw enough pallets in my yard. If I want to pull this out, all I got to do is let it hang. There you go. Alright, folks. I thank you again. This is Wolves Are Forever at 38. And I appreciate everything y'all done. I appreciate all my subscribers. Appreciate the thumbs up, even the thumbs down. If you're going to leave a comment, expect I will give you a response as soon as possible. I appreciate that, and thank you again. And from this all being free from work, because nobody really wanted it, I got the cord, as you can tell. I got that from Home Depot for $23. I've got now, with the saw blades, I bought 4 of them from Home Depot as well for $23. So $46 and $35 for the parts. That's not bad. That's better than what you can expect. I really do. So I have a working piece of equipment for less than $100. In better condition than it was prior. Nothing majorly wrong with it. I didn't completely tear it apart, but I did check the oil out of it. Check the, what I could tell. Didn't have to put it anything other than pull the, screws out, clean them up a little bit. I've had them in the garage for a month. I worked with it for a little bit, playing with it to see how well it works. My folks, if you ever get a chance to get one of these worm drives, when you match it up to a circular saw, you got a truck versus a car. And this is a ripping piece of equipment. I'll give you that. When I start the builds this spring, you're going to see this out as well as my other skills. Hell, I got a 5.5-inch Black & Decker that you can't buy blades for it anymore. And if you do, they're high priced. For a 5.5-inch, 5/8 arbiter, not a 10 millimeter, my folks, that's what it is. Next project will be coming down the pipe. I'll let y'all know. Like I said, I appreciate everything y'all do. Y'all have a good day.